This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. And today it's World Domination Wednesday because it's all about the customer. So today we're going to be talking about your customer experience and how to keep them as your customer once you got them. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in a structural engineering firm in Western Canada. And I went onto the internet about 3 years ago in order to help others with their business. But today we're going to be talking about your customers and how to get more of them. So let's go and have a look at what we've been talking about for the last few months. We've been talking about how your customer is part of your world, and so you want to dominate their world and make sure that they stay with you and be your raving fans. But who are your customers? So we had a look at who are your customers because everyone is not your customer. So we looked at how to define who your ideal customer was. And then we also had a look at what they wanted. And of course, your customers are those who want your solution to their problems, or they want your solution to fulfill their desire. We have always been considerate of that and wanting to do that. So we also looked at the journey that they go through. And there's now probably 3.5 billion internet users online today. So we have to consider that and how do we attract the right customers to our business. So who is your customer? You know who are your ideal customers. If you've gone through the training, you know what they want that you can give them. You know where to find your ideal customers. We went through that and how to find out when and how they like to buy. And then we also looked at the ideal customer experience. So if you want to have a look at those previous episodes, you can catch up at jgtips.com/YouTube, where my Solopreneur Success Strategies channel is. And every Wednesday is World Domination Wednesday, so you can go back and have a look at some of those episodes. So we also looked at my secret, I feel, or this secret to knowing how to get your customers is knowing that people have 4 personal style factors in them. We had a look at that and how it affects how they buy. So we also had a look at the buying styles of each of the type of customers and how they become more dominant in their personality than someone else, and how you can detect a person's buying style. You can be more successful as a salesperson, of course, with training. And we also had a look at my offer, which is you and your sales style at jgtips.com/p-style, which is all about customer-focused selling and understanding credibility and how you can identify others' buying style of your customer, and knowing what your preferred selling style is, being able to adapt in order to be successful with a new customer. And then we also looked at what does good customer service really mean? And I'm sure you can all answer that question from when you've had bad customer service. And we also looked at the mindset of a customer service rock star, and how you can be a business that has great customer service, and people talk about you as having great customer service. We had a look at how you can use FAQs to create good customer service as well. And today we're looking at the importance of keeping customers after you sell to them. So it's called onboarding, which is basically keeping them, because it costs 6 to 7 times more to acquire a new customer than retain an existing one. So if you can sell to an existing customer, you can sell 60 to 70%. If you're trying to sell to a new client, you're lucky if you get 5 to 20% of sales, percentage in sales, obviously out of 100. So you need to focus on customer retention to mitigate future costs of having to sell all the time to new people. So it's always good to have good customer service, and that's why we went over on how to have good customer service. And of course, you can get repeat sales for a fraction of the cost of gaining a new customer, since a new customer can cost you much more to try to sell to them, because you have to have more prospects come in versus customers already know you and know what you sell. They're more easier to be sold to afterwards. So what you need to do is, of course, first, teach the customer how to use the product to its fullest. So you can do that with your customer service and your trainings there, as well as in your frequently asked questions. Build a strong relationship, so make sure you keep in touch with your customer at all times through email or other ways. Gather information from your customer on what they really want and other things that they might need by doing surveys and asking them questions through your emails or through surveys. And drive home the value of the product by educating them on the value of the product, and set clear expectations of what you want from them, as well as what you want their relationship to be between you and them, and how you want to serve them, as well as you want them to interact. So an integrated approach, creating a consistent customer experience, is much better than just trying to do it on an ad hoc basis. A customer feels a product or service is custom tailored if you can actually tailor it to them and their needs and wants. So a good process in terms of after the sale ensures a good experience and allows for better control of what you need to do in terms of keeping them consistently involved with you and realizing that your relationship with them is important to them as well. So if you have unsatisfied customers, or if you have poor reviews, you're going to have a lack of referrals by your customers who have bought from you. You're going to have low sales. You're going to have confused and frustrated staff wondering what's wrong. You have a lack of metrics and a lack of feedback will all be things that will cause problems in your business and make you lose customers. So you always want to have a good customer onboarding experience, and we're going to be talking further about that next week. But just so you know, teach the customer how to use the product, build a relationship, ask them questions, ask them what they need, drive home the value of the product, and set clear expectations that you want to have a long-term relationship with the customer by getting them on your email list, getting them into webinars, trainings, getting them into coming to your website fairly frequently for things of value. So you have to design a system of onboarding experience that will keep your customer involved with you so that they won't disappear from out of your world. So we'll be talking next week about some of the things that you can do to create a good customer onboarding experience, because it's important that you understand that the value of a customer who's bought from you is more valuable than from a prospect who's a new customer, because you want someone who it is easier to understand the value of your product or service. They're more likely to buy from you than someone new who is a bit leery, even though they just bought. They don't know who you are. So you need to get those systems together to create a good customer onboarding experience. So subscribe, comment, and like my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube, and you'll keep up to date on learning about customer onboarding. See you next time.